All right. Got the final 9 of the Midsummer Meltdown, the 6th annual edition, sponsored by Dynamic Discs. As you can see, big thanks to all the sponsors making this possible, both rounds. Here you can see our lead card going into the back 9. Matty O, 1500, coming strong to finish the front. Sam with the crazy ace on hole 5. And really all 5 in the mix. Anything could happen. It's a tight wooded course. Brad, what are you kind of looking to see?
Well, I see Medio just keep playing his game. You saw him get off track for a minute there, but then he just kind of took a deep breath, trying to throw smooth shots, easy putts. Sam has got to get a little bit more aggressive, knowing that he's back. Cam's got to get really aggressive. Got to run everything. He's probably even ace running holes like this. Because like I said, he wants to win. And as you see, like he's throwing it with plenty of power there.
Right, yeah.
And he probably is trying to give that a run, knowing that there's a lot of trees around there. Might as well. He's also a great putter, and he's been dialing it in.
Speaking of dialed in, Matt and that FX2.
I quit. That's unfair. That's not human.
My goodness, and that ace trace once again.
Like I said, he's just trying to be smooth, and that's what he did. Just threw it easy, smooth, put it close, make the putts. Wow. Puts the pressure on Sam. Got him a good shot here, and that was inches away from being perfect.
Yeah, it was.
Great looking shot, but...
And instead, more than likely going to be 3 back. Scott squeezing through.
Yeah.
Probably going to be a little distracted putt.
Little bush in the way, but yeah, Sam, I doubt he was running that. Maybe he should have, but longer putt than I thought for Cam here.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned he maybe should have run the upshot, but you're only 2 strokes, probably. Yeah, you're 3 strokes. You know you're 3, but you're in the hunt, so maybe you don't want to run it and risk losing another one.
He's 5 strokes out of the lead, though.
Sam?
No, I'm sorry, Cam. I thought.
Oh, okay, no, Sam.
Yeah, yeah, it's really close, but I mean, as dialed in as Matty is, like.
This is true.
And these guys should have enough touch, but
Scott hits another knee, but
maybe you want to, maybe you just really want to hold him to second at least. A lot of these guys need that little extra money. It's a tough life touring. Those few $100 make a difference.
Yeah.
Second, third place.
Definitely do. And there you see it, 3-stroke lead, and now it is a push for second place, and it's a tight race, and we know there's people on chase card, double chase card, if that's what you want to call it. But here we go. So Bryant Baggs, once again, on the drone coverage sponsor. Par 3, hole 11. You saw it on round 1. Very straight fairway with the dump just at the end, just off to the left. Pretty difficult shot, just from the control aspect.
Yeah, it's the fact that you have to push it so far before it hooks left. Really makes it difficult. You really would need something probably pretty overstable, but you got to get it flat. You got to throw it straight, and you apparently got to be Matt Orum.
Beautiful.
Just get him to commentate. He'll just tell you exactly how to throw every hole.
We'll just have a video of him just analyzing all of his shots. It would actually be great.
It's amazing. And those are 2 really good throws so far. And this actually plays the second hardest hole in the day.
Really?
The only 2 holes played over par.
And this is one of them.
0.16 over par. Cam left it a little right. Just push it a little hard. I don't even. There it is. A little low. Yeah. Because it demands power. This shot demands power and just distance control. I mean, you have to have 400-foot distance control, which is extremely difficult.
Yeah, good little upshot there. Just be able to clean it in nice. Cam looks to have some sort of lane, but...
Cam always has a lane.
Oh yeah, definitely a lane.
A little short again. And you kind of see it in his body language. He's getting a little discouraged, but like I said earlier, he really wants to win. He doesn't like playing for position, but at this point, he needs to start thinking about trying to play for second and third place. There's Scott getting a stroke on Cam.
Yeah, and that'll be one on Sam as well. So I think they'll be tied, or is he one back now?
He's still back of Sam because they tied the last hole. He's still, I think, 2 strokes back actually of Sam.
Oh, okay. Drop in. No, he does one. Yep. One back. So Maddie and Scott with the 2s.
There you go.
And golly, 17 under. Just extending that lead. And really it's... You don't want to just chalk it up, but it's his to lose.
At this point, he knows it. And he's probably going to play slightly aggressive still for now because of how good he's throwing the disc.
Yeah.
But he's not going to take any risk either. He's not going to play super aggressive. He's not going to play layup. He's just going to play his game and not be too aggressive.
Yeah, there comes a point where you take off so much aggression that it just harms you. Like,
You're basically trying to play... It did. Basically trying to play
shot.
bogey-free golf at this point and take advantage of the birdies when the opportunity presents itself. Well, great shot there, too.
Yeah, that was smooth.
That's a really tough backhand shot.
Yeah, the amount of commitment it takes to just make the throw.
Angle control.
Yeah.
Cam's actually really good at the shot.
Yeah, he is.
Got a little lucky, but...
Goodness.
Yeah. That gets a little more turn. That's circle 2. He shrugs it off, like I said. He's a little upset at this point. He probably tried to ace it.
Oh, he gasped that one.
Wow.
Jeez.
I almost say it, that almost puts Sam out of it right there.
Yeah, that's tough to take. So we've seen it from the knee on the green. Now we've seen the knee forehand.
Yeah, that's actually surprising. I mean, but he knows what he's doing from the knee, I guess. Maybe it's more of a stable base for him, less movement. I don't know exactly what it is, but
He's good at it.
works for him.
Nice shot.
Yeah, saving that par. Feels good. I feel like he's, once again, still trying for the win, but this guy is not letting up.
Just a bunch of head knockers,
Little PTs.
little PTs. Yes, at some point it just gets beyond intimidating. Every time you get up to the green, you just see Matt's disc resting on the pole.
It's like, what can I do?
Yeah.
I mean, if he's going to birdie every hole, then he's already ahead of me by 3 strokes. What do I need to do? Ace 3 more holes? But you're still trying to play your game. You're still trying to beat everyone else. Maybe something happens in Mattio's stroke. Maybe he kicks a tree and it splits in half. I don't know. That's what you're hoping for.
So yeah, taking it to 18. 5-stroke lead over second. moving into hole 13, 426 feet, par 4. The shape of this tee shot, like we've seen before, just right to left, very tight, lots of trees, kind of scattered throughout the middle here, more on the left side than the right. The right is just that wood line. But once you get to this part of the fairway, it's more about just making sure you have that open, comfortable upshot to the basket.
Yeah, and this hole comes in, actually it's the easiest hole in the second round, averaging just about a full half stroke under par. So I expect this card to get maybe a star frame. I'm looking here, I think it's over half of the people in the open field birdied this with only 3 bogeys. I mean, at 426 feet and being a par 4,
Yeah.
expect a lot of these open players to get it, especially the bigger arms. Another one I think that Cam is trying to eagle, and if it doesn't hit that tree, he's got a great look at it.
Yes, man.
He's just a very aggressive player, and why not when you're that good?
Yeah, to be able to throw a full backhand that hard through a gap like this, and make the gap. I mean, you just hit a random tree in there. So.
And that was obviously a very overtipped disc.
Yeah, I want to say D3.
Wow.
Great shot.
Oh yeah.
Might have the tree kind of in his way.
Oh, but definitely still a look there. He's been kind of tricky with his putting approaches, so.
Didn't really look like he had much to work with.
No, trying to play smart, even though he's so far back, it's position golf. He knows he's not vying for the lead anymore. Best score possible is what he's looking for. And short arms, once again, not really following through, not getting that full commitment on the shot. Still in position, but he'd obviously like to be a lot closer. Get over that. I'm not sure if it did. There's a little stump there. I might hit it.
Checked up, for sure.
Looking for the eagle, but that was a long one.
Man, I wish it had missed that tree. I would have loved to have seen where it ended up.
Full flight, yeah, would have been impressive. Of course. Did anybody, raise your hand if you doubted that was going in. All I say is no one in this room is raising their hand.
No.
So, he's lighting it up. Yeah.
It's another level.
He's birding like 65 or 70% of the holes right now. It's just, he's like 19 under with 5 holes to go.
I mean, what is he, 1036 rated player? Something like that?
Somewhere around.
He's up there.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get that rating just by accident.
Yeah, I'm top 50 probably players ratings in the world, something like that.
Oh, way more than that. Way shorter than that of a list.
Yeah.
For sure.
I know. I wish he got the opportunity to travel a little bit more. Mario, especially Cam. Cam doesn't travel near as much. He works a lot, runs his own business. I'm pretty sure has a family. Mario gets a little bit more traveling in him, but not as much as a lot of people, and not as well known as some of the bigger names. But he has got the skills to be up there with them.
Yeah.
For sure.
He definitely does.
Especially in these wooded courses. He's always a favorite going to these kind of tournaments.
Yeah, and here's that infamous 14, the double route towards the green. Yeah, really, if you can just get to where kind of we saw Matt. Well, really, if you can do anything that Matt's done this tournament, you're in good hands. But if you can just get to that back end.
You know what, Andy? Just stop talking and just watch Matt throw.
Just watch Matt throw.
Well, that's what you need to do. Just miss that tree. That's it. He threw exactly right throw. And yeah. 6 inches right, 6 inches left. That looks like it might go left. Okay, again.
Wow.
Too strong. I feel like Cam's done that multiple times, just pushing it way too far straight. He's got so much power, sometimes it's hard to dial it back. I think Sam did the same thing.
Man, he's got some power on that forehand. Goodness gracious.
And the unfortunate thing for a lot of lefty players is, I'd say 70-80% of courses are designed with the righty in mind.
Yeah.
Unlike, traditional ball golf, it's where righties and lefties are pretty much at a similar advantage / disadvantage. Disc golf is vastly different. The disc move is exactly opposite for right and left-handed players. So mostly righties are designing these courses, and it puts lefties at a disadvantage unless you can develop a really strong forehand or a James Conrad-esque backhand.
Right.
Missed that one. He missed that one. Oh, and he almost didn't miss the basket.
Yeah.
But
Missed a little too much, maybe.
Let's see what he's cooking up. Another forehand roller.
He's definitely used it throughout this tournament to get out of some situations. I was about to say some effective and some not so effective, and that unfortunately was the latter.
Something different. A little Scoob. A little mosquito.
Just did not really.
Yeah, maybe that's not something he practices that much. It's not something people practice a ton of. You just kind of know how to do it, but...
Yeah, and the angle, I guess, getting through that little walkway's just a little weird.
Super tricky.
Yeah.
Do something. Oh. I figured Matty was going to make it. I mean...
At this point, yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, still, he's hit a tree. He's thrown actually a kind of bad second shot, and he's still about to par the hole. So, I mean, sometimes when things are going your way, they're going your way. I mean, it plays pretty easy, but a par with centering up a tree and a bad shot is still pretty good.
Not a putt Cam is prone to missing like that.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, really nice.
He's been putting pretty hard lately, and as soon as he floated that one, I was like, oh, he messed up, but there might have been something in his way.
Yeah, I think he went around that skinny tree.
Oh, wow. Yeah, maybe he had a hyzer it up and around. That's actually a very impressive technical shot then.
Yeah, you couldn't really tell from the angle, but I feel like he did. Either way, great putt.
Always something important to practice is when you get in bad situations, in those casual rounds, practice those tricky putts. I mean, you don't get to do them very often. Most times you're practice putting at a practice basket with no distractions. So you get in the woods and you play those practice rounds, you get in tricky situations. Go ahead and finish those putts out. Do them, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. Do them at different angles and see if you can get those down. They'll come in handy, save you a stroke or two here and there.
Yeah. Speaking of saving some strokes, this is not a hole that you want to lose the strokes on, being 200 feet.
Yeah, like we said last round, the shortest hole in the course, but also does not play the easiest. Pretty good shot.
I think that was a good little backstop. Yeah, so where was this one in round 2 among the other holes?
It's pretty even, tied for the 7th easiest hole, so right there in the middle, actually averaging 0.28 under par. Crazy thing is, I'd say almost half of the field birdied it, but you had 2 bogeys and a double bogey.
Yikes.
On a 200-foot hole.
Not something you want to do.
Yeah, I don't know what happens there. I mean, I honestly can't even picture taking a 5 here. It must have been some bad putting, spit outs. But hopefully we might see a leak card.
A rare miss knee putt from Mr.
Right.
Watson.
I understand with an easy stroke.
Yeah, good too.
So if he was that close, I think Matty's probably got another Easy one. So probably going to be a split here. 2.5 average on the league card, which is, you always expect the league card to average a little bit better than the whole tournament average or whole field average. So, I mean, I would expect this card to have at least 3 birdies on this hole. But there's something I'm not seeing. I haven't played this hole, so.
Yeah, I mean, for one, the gap right off the tee is pretty tight. And then most players are throwing a backhand, so that just makes it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean.
And that is a very large tree that they had to miss. But still, 200 feet, you want to get it. And moving on to 16, definitely not just 200 feet. It's a par 4, 498 feet. And as we mentioned in round 1, definitely has a little incline right off the tee as you make the curve towards the top where the flat is, kind of where we're at here. Definitely want to be in a good position. You want to make the way to the right if you can off your tee shot so that you can attack the pin kind of on the left side of the fairway. Matteo going with that forehand again. Getting a nice flare, so he should be in prime position.
Surprisingly coming in at the 3rd hardest hole on the course today. Averaging just right around par, 0.04 under par, but definitely some danger to be had. I love a hole that comes in right around par. That means it's playing where it's supposed to, especially one without out of bounds.
Yeah.
It means it's playing gettable, but also where you have to execute the shots.
Yeah, and I can see somebody taking some numbers on this hole. Just the tee shot's tough.
Just like that. I mean,
got
just
lots of trees.
A little low and a bad kick, and now he's in a very awkward stance. And that, ooh.
Wow. That's fine. I mean, he only lost 40 feet.
It's a really good shot from where he was. Obviously not where you want to be after 2 shots, but should be pretty easy up and down for guys of this caliber. Rips it, but I think that limb kind of got to him.
Yeah, kind of caught some stuff on the release.
That's going to be really awkward.
Mm-hmm.
As mentioned before, there's no OB really out here. I mean, the creek every now and then, but there's a lot of natural OB. All this rough playing pretty bushy. We've seen some people try and even pitch out unsuccessfully.
Yeah.
Just finding your disc is difficult here. As we see, Cam park it, Matteo put it, I'm assuming 25, 30 feet away. Point to the sun for some reason. I don't know. Thank you for shining today, not raining. Maybe.
It might have, more than likely the Alabama football gods.
Unfortunately, I think that might be true. I see if Sam can make something happen.
Yeah, he looks to be in there pretty good. Definitely eyeing down a gap. Oh, he was.
Hit the gap, just... There's another tree. I mean...
Lots of them.
That was kind of a soft run. I think he wanted to make it, but I mean, he knows he's out, trying not to lose too many strokes to everyone else. I'm going to start calling out the Scott.
Yeah.
Putting from a knee.
Yeah.
I'm doing the Scott.
Even his misses, they look good.
It's like we said before, it's tough putt. I mean, he's obviously very comfortable with it. I would like to know his thought process of...
Oh, no.
Why he does it? Wow. Yeah, I'd like to know why he actually putts from knees so often on putts that aren't even obstructed by a... What?
That was perfect.
And it's just... Oh, God, I can't even speak right now. It's just one of those things where it feels like you do something, things are going wrong. Like, you're playing poorly, and not only playing poorly, but you get the bad breaks. It's like, Matty O has been playing good, and he gets the good kicks for some reason. And Scott had a bad hole and finally pured a putt, and it still gets
that putt, it really was the sweet spot. It looked like it to me.
Nose down, right over the rim. It should have stuck. That was, I think, probably hit one of those rings that holds the chains together, and that's very unfortunate. But hopefully we can get over it and just finish out these last 2 holes on a positive note.
Yeah. Well, here is hole 17. A big hole, one that if you get, you're probably getting some strokes on some people.
Yeah, playing 514 feet through all this stuff. That was a great result right there.
Yeah.
Once again, a lot of these guys have 514 feet of power in the wide open. But in the woods, it's much more difficult.
Golly. He is...
I thought he was about to chop down the tree.
He's been all over those tight gap, just crushed drives.
Cam is hitting a lot of these big drives, just barely hitting trees or just going a little too far, and that was a mash of a forehand.
That's beautiful.
And that has to be close to 400 feet, probably 360 to 400 feet. I mean, a straight hyzer. That needs a hyzer. It's pushing 2 straight. I think Cam has had just the opposite problem on this hole. Hyzer a little too early. So it just means we're starting to rain.
Definitely starting to rain a little bit.
Rain.
With the way day 1 went, they were really fortunate not to have any rain. Once they started it back up, it definitely started to rain a little bit here towards the end.
Well, luckily this is only 2 holes left, so just a mild inconvenience at this point.
Yeah.
Hopefully I can finish it pretty dry and go ahead and crown Matty the winner.
Something like that, though. Oh, that looks good. Something like that can actually, have a pretty big effect, though. Some players that are in the mix that, are in the clubhouse didn't have to mess with, maybe some wet discs.
Yeah, when you're, once again, battling for position, batting for those few $100s, it does make a big difference. You want every stroke as many as you can get. So these guys are still trying to concentrate and playing as best as they can. Trying to beat those guys on the chase card and on the third card. Get those tour points. Yeah.
Pretty simple shot there. Oh no. Pulled it a little low. I mean, that's not one he,
You can see in his eyes and the way he's walking right now, his confidence is just kind of shot over the last few holes. It's just, he had a great confident stroke for up to 30 straight holes. He was putting great. He missed a few, but...
And looking back, it's still a great tournament. He was in the mix.
For a while, yeah.
Round 1, he was playing super solid. Just didn't quite go that way for round 2. It's hard to put them together. There you go, Matty O. 22 under going into 18. Got a 7-stroke.
Let's see if you can hold on to it.
Got a 7-stroke lead. If there is a hole, it would be this one, but I don't think 7 strokes is going to happen. So you got this tight, kind of blind tee shot fading here to the left. Most players probably throw a mid-range or maybe a fairway just to dump right in that landing zone. Setting up for their second shot through this gap, fading to the right, which would put you in position to see the basket for your third shot. Since it is a par 5, that would be the ideal situation. Just maybe slide something up to the basket here. You can see kind of a dirt, sand approach area.
Yeah, and luckily that stops a lot of disc if you have a long approach shot. That's why practice rounds are very important, because some of these holes have fast greens, some of them have, like you said, sand or mounds, old stumps there to stop the disc. That's what a lot of players get to, especially big tournaments, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in advance just to see the course and to get used to how the disc reacts in the fairway and on the green. All those little nuances. Just like you see in ball golf, I mean, people playing practice rounds and measuring shots from every part of the fairway and seeing how far a ball rolls down a certain slope. So It's very important in these final moments. If this was a tight race, obviously, this is not, but still important.
That shot we've seen multiple times throughout this tournament from multiple players, and it's been executed really well.
Yeah, and I've said it once, and I'll say it again. It's extremely difficult to execute, and it takes a lot of touch and knowing your disc, and I'm just Matt again. It's such a good shot.
It really is.
I'm trying to talk about these things, and it's just watching him play is just so impressive.
Yep. Great shot from Sam too. You could see in the background there, I think that was Gibney just drilling a huge putt to finish his round. If you couldn't see it, you could hear it.
Yeah, I definitely heard some cheers, and good for him. I mean, he was probably cheering on himself, I'd guess, but...
he is his number one fan.
He and his wife. I'd say his wife is over there, and his kid. He's definitely a very vocal person and very fun to play with, but as much as he cheers on himself, he'll cheer on you even more.
Yeah.
It's always fun.
So here is Cam. Pretty ideal position. Maybe a little early release.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's great shot. Not so early.
Good tree stop. I mean, it would have gone a little bit further left and skipped a little bit more, but...
Nothing to it.
Just doing Matty things.
That there should be your championship winning putt.
Better be. I mean, unless he, 8 putts, I think he's got it in the bag.
Somebody on Chase Car would have had to shoot 16 down, 18. Is he on a knee?
No,
He is.
No, he's standing up.
No.
Is he really?
Yeah, on a knee. I'm telling you, that's a comfort position for him.
I've got to know. Well, because you can't get the... I mean, he's obviously getting plenty of distance, but you can't get the amount of power. And I feel like you can get the accuracy, but he thinks he does.
Yeah, I mean, oh, man. He's hit many knee putts this tournament. And there it is. Great round from Matteo.
Yeah, we got a few people to put out, but congratulations to Matt Orum, obviously, for winning the tournament. Once again, unless someone shot about 20 down from Chase Card.
Which we just don't expect.
He's got it in the bag.
Good round from Scott as well.
Yeah.
Cam just couldn't get it stringing together. That's really all it came down to for him. Got off to kind of some slow putting. Circle's edge woes. Could never really just make that step.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2021 Midsummer Meltdown champion, Matteo.
Once again, congrats. We all said it. You played fantastic.
Great job, man. It's true because I feel like I'm melting. Yeah. And thank you everybody that showed up. Thank you Prodigy, Saban.
Did he thank Saban?
He did, unfortunately. I don't know what Saban did to help him win this tournament. But I just want to say congrats to Andy and his wife. They are expecting their first child here.
Yes, we are.
In the next few months. So congratulations to him. Everyone sent him some good vibes. Great couple to have it happen to. So
we appreciate that. Mm-hmm. As you can see there, Gibney making the push to second place.
Wow.
Really good. Really
when
good.
you keep a good attitude, I mean that's what happens. He stays in a good mood.
Yeah.
Doesn't get too up or down, and it helps you stay even keel, and you never know what can happen.
Yeah, but big shout out to everybody who helped put this tournament on. Tim Clausen, tournament director. Great event. Big things coming each year with them in this area. So stuff to look forward to, and appreciate you guys for watching.
See you at the next tournament.